This is going to be the official walkthrough video for Notion Adventure. This is how I use Notion for my studies as a college student. So I created this workspace in Notion as a gamified version of it, which has this XP leveling system. So as of now, I am currently level 4 and I have 2090 XP and 380 gold, and I have a bunch of quests and I've completed a lot of quests as well. So first off, this is the homepage, which is literally minimal and compact because I created it in a way you can access everything quickly on my iPhone. So I really like it the way it is. I've also added these quick links so that if I am on my iPhone, I can quickly access everything like my favorites, the quick capture, the reminders section, and my daily quests here. And as you can see, we have this profile tab here. This is called the Adventurer tab or Adventurer's profile. You can see the class, my title, my MBTI, my level, of course, level progress, my XP, gold, and the status of my quests. On the right side, we have the quick capture wherein I can capture almost everything like quests. I can add new quest, new goal, new event, and gold. Notes, journal entries, resource, and content. And I've also added some reminders, and this reminder button is really a lifesaver. So if I'm on hurry, I can just click this and set or type get a let's say a drink, get a drink on a convenience store, like that, so I can really not forget it. So I'm just going to delete it for a sec. And I've also added my favorites. You can set this button to any pages you'd like to, but I've set it to my three areas, which are personal, academy, and virtual self. And lastly, we have the main thing, which are my daily quests. And daily quests are divided into two, which are my main quest, here it is, and my recurring quests. I'm going to discuss this recurring quest later. So yeah, and that's my homepage for Notion Adventurer. Let's now proceed to the adventurer's profile. I've set the page title to my name, and under that you would see a bunch of properties, more than 20 properties. So first off, your class. So in any game you have your class, in any MMORPG you have your class. So here I've set my class to an engineer since I am an aspiring engineer. So as you can see in the description, it can be anything. It can be an engineer, businessman, doctor, entertainer, pilot, or anything you want to be in the future. This will be your career or your aspiring profession. Next is your title. So I've set this to student since I am currently a student, and based on your class, your title would be determined based on your class. So for example, here we have cardiac surgeon. So your title would be either a chief surgeon, an assistant, or an intern, or anything within that profession. Next is your MBTI, or your personality type. So this is a formula property. So if you don't know your personality type, you can proceed to this site, which is the 16personalities.com. You could assess yourself on which personality type you are under. So for instance, I am an INTJ person, so I changed this part to INTJ, and I've also set this link or URL to the page from the website for the INTJ personality. You can change that. And next is the level. So this is the gamified properties. So here I'm currently at level 4. So this property rises when the needed XP is satisfied, just like any other game. And we have the progress, level progress. So I'm at 18%. I am 82% away to the next level, and my XP is currently at 2090 XP. I need 2500 XP to go to level 5. I also have 380 gold. I'm going to discuss where this goes, where this is coming from, since this is currently a relation property from another database. So let's show everything else. These are hidden properties. Yeah, so that's a lot. So these are some labels which you can see on the gallery view previously on the previous page. These are just for aesthetic purposes. Let's go over to your XP. So this XP are from different databases. For example, here gain XP G. G stands for goals. So these are your gain XP from achieving goals. E for events, Q for quests, and RQ for recurring quests. So if you add all these 4 gained XP, we would arrive to total gain XP, which is 2090 currently. So as you click this formula, it is the sum of all quests, recurring quests, events, and goals. So for me to level up, I need to have 2500. It is this property is the XP needed to level up. Next would be XP up interval. So every level has a 500 XP interval. So for instance, my next level is 2500. So my next level would be level 5. If I want to get to level 6, I need to reach 3000 XP. since that is 500 XP interval. Total gold, so this refers to income minus expenses, and gold is not gold is apparently a currency inside this workspace. So your currency would be in a ratio of 1:1 to this gold. So for instance, US dollars and gold has a ratio of 1:1, and this could also mean 1:1 to yen, Japanese yen, Korean won, Philippine peso, or anything or any currency. So you can have 380 gold, which is also equal to 380 US dollars and such. So this is basically not that important. And here we have the quests status. We have some formula and roll up properties. These are formulas, these are roll ups, and under these properties we have relation properties, which are connected to other databases. We have quests, recurring quests, events, goals, and the gold. Let's check one. So here I have a multitude of quests. Some are completed already, but they are still connected to this adventurous profile, since it needs to be recorded so that I could level up more. And that's basically the adventurous profile. And now we're ready to proceed to the areas. So I have 3 areas here. I have personal, academy, and virtual self, but you can always add another area if you'd like. Here is an item template for areas database. So let's see. So you have this new area, you have these properties. So first, let's go to my personal. So not everything you'd see here is confidential, since it's a dummy template. So some information are not real. It's just for the video. So we have the table of contents, recurring quest, journal, workout, allies, inventory, which has the gold and wish list. So recurring quest are my habits. So you can see this is for today. Just like any other habit tracker, you have these checklists. So if you're done doing this and this and this, then you would gain XP for that. For example, I've done some workout today, then I'm going to get a 10 XP for this day only. And I've done my morning routine. But I'm not done with night routine yet, so I'm not going to check that out. But as you can see here, this item template for recurring quests is recurring daily. Let's see, repeat every day, and yeah, it will create at 4 a.m. daily. Let's save that. And there, I've gained 20 XP just for today. And this is my journal. This is basically a journal. So let's enter new entry. So this is already a basic journal entry. You can start writing here. You can add images, Google Maps if you're traveling and want to record where you went to. You can also upload videos. Actually, you can also add files here if you like to. Next is workout. This is my plan workout session. Example push. There are some workout routine I've done. Next are allies. So these numbers are basically a dummy numbers. They do not work they do not work at all, and just added in for this video. So yeah, you have by category. You have close friends, delivery if you're the delivery type of person, you're the fast food type of person, then you can always add your hotlines here. Next, inventory. So this is the gold. I have divided this into 3, which are the expenses. This is my spend type of gold. For example, lunch, I've spent 75 gold, like that. And income, that's the ongoing incoming money. So for example, I receive 250 gold as an allowance. And cash flow is basically everything. It's the mixture of the combination of income, expenses, and there you would also see your total gold here, 380 gold, which is the sum of everything, income minus your expenses. This also has some item templates. For example, expenses, I have the default gold earned and or spent. Recurring gold spent is you can duplicate this so that you can add subscriptions such as Apple iCloud, Disney Plus. For example, we could add let's say duplicate and add Netflix. Okay, here Netflix, tags or subscription. Recurring, let's say date is let's say 2 days ago, 26. Amount, let's say 99, right? And recurring payment, my next payment would be on February 26, 2024. And yes, that's basically it. Then we're going to go back and set that template to recurring, which is subscription every month and starts today at 4 a.m. You could change this if you wanted to, but I liked 4 a.m. Save there, so it will basically appear here on your expenses every month. And that's the gold section for inventory. And we also have wish list. So if you have some items to buy but you're unsure if you'd like to, or maybe this is your wish list or buy list. For example, I have this. I always wanted to mod my keyboard, so I wanted to buy some mods, and here I'm going to state my purpose, why I want to buy these items, what's the purpose, is it urgent. So this is basically my way of managing my finances. And yeah, after the personal area, let's go over to the academy area, which is basically my most visited area since I am a student. So here goes. You could see career goal is to become a mechanical engineer, and you would set this into your aspiring career. So here is the navigation section, the curriculum, the quests, like academic quests, and here are my current courses rather. So courses is basically everything that is currently in your program load. So I have 6 courses during this term. And academic quests is basically a database view of the quests, the main quest, but is filtered by the target area, which is only for academy. So academic quest, I have a long list of quests. Holy. So I have deadlines, start date by course there, and my completed quests. I'm going to go over this properties later on the quests section. So let's go back first to academy and curriculum. I have this kind of curriculum. My school has this kind of curriculum. So basically, my program is a 4-year course. So year 1, this is my term 1, term 2, term 3, 4, and I've already completed that. I'm at my 3rd year of studying engineering. So current load, not yet taken, and on the template I'm going to probably erase or delete some of these, since you'd probably have your own program curriculum, of course, or you can opt deleting this whole page if you don't like to go through the hassle of recording everything. And I also have archive courses. So here are my past courses. I haven't had the chance to record or get everything since I've recently created this workspace. So if a new semester or term is I'm just going to drag this course into this page of archive courses, and it will now be moved to my archived courses since I'm done with this shit, right? I'm done with this. So, but as of now, I'm not yet done with my thesis, so I'm just going to get that back. So probably later. So next, I also have my program also has this electives. So I have a bunch of electives, but I can only take 2 electives. So here are my electives. So if your program doesn't have electives, you can always delete this page. Okay, you can always delete that if you don't like it there and you don't have any use for it. And curriculum, this is basically the database view of the curriculum here. This is my current year, which is year 3, and that's basically it for the academy area. But let's go over to one of my courses, which is um, airline management. So airline management is one of my electives for this term. I have quests here, so I'm going to take quiz 3 next, and course details, instructor, the captain. My instructor is a captain pilot. He is a retired pilot. So credits, units, prerequisite, and here are some of my materials, which are provided to us by the instructor. So here are also some files, and here is a checklist property. So if we are done with this topic, I'm just going to set this to completed, and I've also added an item template here. So new lecture, so you can always add lecture right away. And if you're still on Zoom, then this command would probably be helpful to you. Course syllabus, you can always upload your syllabus here. So let's go back. And that's basically it for the academy area. It's basically simple and compact. I don't want to complicate things, since I'm not that kind of type of person. I want a clean, minimal, and compact look. So I wouldn't get used to it, in a sense that I would not use it anymore. So this is basically my type of system. The next area is virtual self. So virtual self is basically everything about myself on social media. So I have this database called content creation. So this area would probably not be of use to some, since you don't use social media that much, or you're not a content creator, or you're not selling some digital products or services. But this is my personal stuff, so I'm going to just share this to some. So this database have 5 steps. Basically, I have the create, inspire, plan, utilize, and monetize pages. Let's go over to the create page. So the create, as its name suggests, this is basically where I create content, or where I plan content. So I have this calendar database view in progress. So basically my workflow here is to post some ideas, some content ideas here, and if I feel to I kind of want to post this idea tomorrow or today, then probably I'm going to drag this to the calendar like this. Then this would be my post for today, and I have also added some caption template here, I'm going to type my caption here, and these properties are very helpful since it tracks the progress of this post. For example, link. So if I already posted this post, I'm going to record the URL of that post, the tags here, keyword, status, so idea only, working, scheduled, published, and scripting. If I'm done with scripting, I'm going to check that out. Then the IP status or in progress status would be updated as well. So if I'm done filming, if I'm done editing, then I'm going to set this to scheduled, or if I've already posted it or published it already on Instagram or on TikTok or on YouTube, then going to hit published, and the IP status would say posted. Then, and that's basically my workflow on content creation. So next page is Inspire. So as a content creator, I always get burned out, and I'm now lost for content ideas. So I'm always going to go through some short videos on Instagram or on TikTok so I could get some inspiration as well. So for example, short videos, I'm going to record or track that person's profile here, and so that I could get inspired by some of his or her videos. And for long videos, I'm going over to YouTube, since they have some of the best YouTube videos about Notion, productivity, study sessions, study hacks, and everything else. So next is going to be my plan. So this is going to be my plan. You don't need to read that all. So basically, this is my plan for content creation, and you probably have a plan as well on your own. I just like to record it so that I would not lost my way into creating content. Next is utilize. Here are some apps and tools I always use for creating content. Canva is basically an all-around app. You can do visuals, video editing, presentation. Everything is here since I am also subscribed to Canva Premium or Canva Pro. Adobe Lightroom, since I always I'm very interested to editing photos. DaVinci Resolve 18 is my go-to video editing app or software. 11 Labs if I want to get some AI voice speech. CapCut, which is basically the best mobile video editing app. So next is monetize. So for the sake of this video, I've added this template as one of my digital products. I have some digital products, but I haven't got a chance to list them here. I'd probably list them later. So this is basically the monetized page. So if you have some digital products, you would add them here, and you could classify the type of your digital product. It can be an app, an icon set, a wallpaper, a template like a Notion template, a presentation template, everything. And that's basically it for the virtual self area. After the area section, we'll now go over to the next section, which is the goals section. And as you can see, this template is using the para system, which is the projects, areas, resources, and archives system. So the goals here is not in the para system, but I've always wanted to visualize my goals. So I have these ongoing goals which I haven't achieved yet. And let's go over to the item template of the goals database. So if you're going to add a new goal, you're going to be presented with this view. So let's show some properties. And here, so if you have a new goal, let's say get fit, or my goals are always specific and realistic, since it's going to be a lot easier to accomplish. So I'm not going to say get fit, but instead I'm going to say lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks. I'd say that's realistic, I'd say. So related area is going to be personal, target quarter. Today is January, so first quarter. Status not achieved, then personal, and as a default, my bonus XP of completing this goal is going to be 400, which is big, right? So because if you remember, the XP interval is 500 per level, so getting 400 bonus XP is a lot to level up. So this is basically a template. So I've also added some database views, for example by quarter. So by second quarter, I should have completed this goals already. By the end of the year, I should have completed this already. By area here. So as you can see, I've added some properties so that it would be easier for me to see. For example, not yet achieved 0 XP, and you can see this property to be responsive if I change this status to achieved. Then it would not be shown in this database already, since I filtered everything. So let's say achieve And here I've I've earned 400 XP from completing this um, goal. Here this is not achieved. From this formula, I've set this formula to give me the bonus XP once I have completed all events under this goal. So once I've completed this event, the 3 times IG reels per week, then this 400 bonus XP would be available for me. As you can see, if I'm not yet done, or if I've never completed this event, even if I set this goal to achieve, I would not get the bonus XP since I'm not yet done with this event. But for instance, I've done this event already, since let's say status completed. Then let's go back to the goal and set this to achieved. Then it would present me with the bonus XP. And that's basically it for the goals section. Let's go over to events. Events are basically the projects of my life. So as I've mentioned, this template is using the para system. So I have the projects here, or the events. So for example, here is my academic quests, which has this title second quarter of school year 2023 to 2024. I have this bunch of quests under this events. So as you can see, also I have some properties under this event, under this item as well. So target date, so when would I expect to finish this event? So I am expecting to finish this event by February 10, 2024. But if your event doesn't need a date, you can always opt to check in this, and for example, you don't have a date and it doesn't need a date, then some of the formula properties would trigger to doesn't need a date warning. But if it has a date, February 10, it would present you with this info. For example, target quarter is quarter 1, since February is quarter 1 of 2024. Time remarks, it is 13 days from now. Time frame short term, since it is within 6 months. Priority, I set this to urgent. Status ongoing. My progress, since I have still incomplete quests, so I am 72% complete. And same with the goals, I have also added bonus XP for completing this event. So for goals, the bonus XP is 400, but for events, it is only 300. But still, it is big, right? It is still big for you to level up another level. And you could also see here, still ongoing. So I've gained 0 XP since I'm at 72% still. And quest status, it tracks all my status. This indicates the total count of my quests. So I have 39 quests. I've already completed 28. I have one overdue quest. So here is the some formulas and roll-ups, and do not bother yourself with that since it's pretty complicated, but yeah. And this is all the quests related to this event. And same with the goals section, I've also shown some properties so it could be easily seen in one look. So 13 days remaining, 13 days remaining. So this is the time remaining or time remarks, the statuses, the progress, the quest status, the area, the goal, and yeah, I forgot to mention this is also is divided into 4 database views. We have the all views, priority by time frame. So these are some of my short-term events. And after that, we will now go over to the quest board. So the quest board is basically my task manager. So these are all my tasks or quests, and it is grouped by their area. So these are my academic quests, my personal quests, the virtual self quests, and as a reminder, it is also the sub quests or sub tasks is enabled here, so you can always see your sub quests once you toggle this button. I have also I froze this column so that you can navigate through all the properties here. See, this column is not moving since it is frozen. So let's go over to one of my tasks or quest. So this quest, or every quest has more than probably at least 20 properties. So here are all the properties. First off is the target area. So if you're adding a new quest, you have to specify the area. So this is an academy quest, and the status, ongoing, quest type. There's 2 quest types, which are the small quest or the big quest, and this selection is probably subjective, since if you know the quest is going to be big, for example, it is a project or an exam or a practical examination, or assessment, then it would fall under the big quest. But if it is just a normal assessment or normal quest, then it is going to be a small quest. I mean, it is up to you if you'd like to um, set it to big or small quest. It is definitely up to you. Next is the priority. So I've added some description here so you could so it would be a reminder for you if you lost your way here. So priority, self-explanatory. How urgent is the quest? So there's 4 levels of priority, and the urgent is the most urgent one. Urgent, high, medium, and low. Next is energy. Some task managers do not have this property since, and they do not consider this, but in my case I consider this since I'm the type of person who is considering the amount of energy that I will allocate into a task before doing it, since in some time I do not feel like doing the task, but I need to do it. So I always set this property so that I would know if this task would be um, draining in a sense. Like, for example, this is a plate, so I'm going to do a manual plate which is not done by or through a computer. So I'm going to do it mechanically, which is very draining. So I've set this to the highest energy level, so I would know that this quest would take a lot of energy for it to be completed. Next is duration. It is the estimated time completion. So plate 8 is super draining and it takes super long to complete, and so I set it to less than 420 minutes, which is basically less than 7 hours. But I've set here 4 selections or options. You have 30 minutes, 90 minutes, less than 180 minutes, and 420 minutes. This is 1.5 hours, and this is 3 hours and 7 hours. Next, we have the start date or the action date. When do you want to start this quest, and the deadline or the due date when it is due, and time remarks. It is the quest countdown before the due date. So here it is due on the 31st of January, so it is due in 2 days and 2 hours. And I've also added a reminder here. Ensure to set your time zone to your current location so that this property would work. So to enable your time zone, you can go to your sidebar, then click settings and members, proceed to my settings, and set your time zone to your current location. And this is a complicated formula which is really compact, and it is really hard to code this. So but I know this is very helpful to other people as well. Next is base XP. as you can read here, small quest has a base XP of 10 XP. For big quest, it gives 30 XP. So here's the formula for it. And total XP is the sum of the base XP and the XP based from duration. So the longer it took you to finish the task, the higher the XP. For example, it is the big quest, so automatically you would earn 30 XP. But since it is a quest that would take you less than 7 hours to finish, then it would provide you with additional XP. But if I change this to less than 90 minutes, then your total XP would decrease. There. And 180 minutes, there, 30 minutes, there. So basically, in this formula, I've set the duration as a multiplier XP for XP. So your base XP would be multiplied by 1 if the quest is less than 30 minutes, and 1.5 times if it is less than 90 minutes, and it will double if it is less than 180 minutes or 3 hours, and your base XP would triple if your quest is less than 420 minutes or 7 hours. And gain XP, this is very self-explanatory, so it would say incomplete since it is still an ongoing, but if I set this to complete, then it would present you your total XP gained. And these are some metadata so that you could and don't mind this one since it's just for some data and some formula. And this is very important for academic quests. So if your quest is a academic quest, ensure to fill this relation property to your corresponding courses. Example plate here is under my course machine elements, so here it would show my course, and I've also added here some relations. So for example, plate 8, if this quest has subquests, then you could add quest here. So for example, add subquests, and you can select which quest it is, or you can create one. Example, layout, the drawing, that, and click new layout in the drawing to, and there you have new subquest under this quest. And you can also see it by clicking this toggle button here, which is under the parent quest. And as you can see, the quest board has this different views. Currently active. I don't have a currently active quest since I have no scheduled for this time. For example, quiz, plate 8 is um, scheduled for today, and what time it is? What time is it? 9:20. So 9:20 p.m. to 9:50. Let's say that. Then it would appear to the currently active quests there, since it is within the current time period. Next is by priority. Here you can see all your quest by priority, by status. Need info means you need to fill out some properties. For example, here it is filtered from target areas, goals, duration, profile, energy, and related events. If any of these are empty, then it would appear in this view, and you would need to um, fill them out. For example, here it doesn't have a related event or a target goal, so it would appear here. But sometimes if your quest doesn't really need to have a goal or event, then it's fine. Completed, these are some of my completed events. This is just for tracking purposes. If you accidentally pressed if you accidentally pressed completed, and here are all my quests, either complete or not, it would appear here. This is the unfiltered version or unfiltered view of the quest board. So let's now proceed to the recurring quests. Recurring quests, as I have mentioned before, these are the habits. So I will not discuss this any further. Next is the library. So library has these three components, which are the notes, the journal, and resources. I have discussed the journal inside the personal area. So these are basically your journal entries. So here are my journal entries. And notes are basically your quick notes. If you have some notes to write, then you would proceed here. So let's write a new note here, then last modified would appear here, the date the last modified would appear, your tags, you can always modify all of these. Pinned, if the note is very important to you, or for example you saved your passwords here, just for example, then you'd probably want it to be pinned so that you can always access it faster than any notes. Like here, pinned, you can see here the pin note. Let's delete this first. And next we have the resources. So the resources are some of my links. If you have some websites or articles that you'd want to go back to, then you can save it here first. So this is basically a link saver, and I always wanted this to be connected to the Chrome extension of Notion, so I can always save websites, and this also has a an item template. So let's see here. Oh, I forgot to set this to mono. So if you have a site to save, then you can modify this, add the link or the URL and the tag. And if you do not want it anymore, then you can always archive it. Then it would not appear on your resources. Archive. So since I've archived one of the resources, then it should appear here. Here is one of my archive resources. So basically, archive houses all completed goals, all completed events and quests. So these are filtered by complete status or archive status. And backend, you do not need to concern yourself with this, but do not delete it since they are still very important. I'm going to walk you through the workflow of this template. So I have this button here, which is enter planning. So if you enter that, you would be redirected to this page called quest schedule. So here is how I schedule or plan my quests. So this is basically has the master quests and my content creation quest. So but you do not need to have this if you're not into content creation. So basically here under master quest, you would find all your quests, all your unplanned quests. Meaning unplanned means the start date and due date, the start date only, is empty. So all of these quests has their start date empty. And if you want to plan it, then you can always drag it to the calendar. For example, here I want to do it by February 1. Then the start date would fill in by this date, February 1. And if you want to specify the time, I also added the timeline layout for this view. So for example, here I want it to be start date include time and date. For example, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. there, and you would see I can see the action time here from 9 a.m. of February 1 to 1 p.m. But honestly, I'm not using this view but I still added this for some of you that is actually using it. My way of doing this is using the newly launched Notion calendar. So I would open the calendar here, there, and I would go to February 1. There it is. Where is it? So February 1 here. So this is basically how I time block my quests. I am not a fan of the timeline view of Notion, since I'm really the guy for time blocking. So I really like this option for time blocking. I'm not a fan of timeline view. So yeah, here's how I plan my tasks or my quests. So let's minimize that first. And that's basically the end of this walkthrough